Right, let's look at a practical on rates of reaction here. It says a student investigated the reaction between magnesium and excess hydrochloric acid, and they've given us the setup here. So you can see we have a gas syringe which is collecting the gas produced by this reaction. The reaction here is magnesium and hydrochloric acid. When you react those two, you get a salt and hydrogen gas. So that's magnesium chloride and hydrogen. Because hydrogen is a gas, you're going to see bubbles of hydrogen being formed here. That gas is going to travel up this tube and get collected in the gas syringe. So the setup here says, first pour 50 centimeters cubed of hydrochloric acid into the conical flask. So we start off with the acid in the flask. Then we're adding the piece of magnesium into the conical flask, into acid. Then you put a stopper on the top, so that's the stopper here. And then you attach the delivery tube and start your timer. The timer is very important because that's going to tell you how fast all of this is happening. That's what rate is all about, right? Then it says collect the gas produced in the gas syringe and record the volume of gas produced every 20 seconds for 20 minutes. So you let your timer go, and when it reaches 20 seconds, you look at your gas syringe and you note down the volume that it's at. This gas syringe will keep increasing, and every 20 seconds, you're going to note down what volume it is at. And then it says repeat these steps with a higher concentration of hydrochloric acid. So maybe you start at 0.1 mole per dm cube, then 0.2, then 0.3, then 0.4, and repeat that. So you can compare how the concentrations are affecting the rate of reaction. So it says give the independent variable and one control variable in this investigation. The independent variable is what you're changing. So every experiment, what are we changing when we're calculating the rate? And the answer there is actually given in the last step. It says repeat the steps with higher concentrations. So what we're changing is the concentration every time we're carrying out this experiment. So we can say here, concentration of hydrochloric acid. I'm just going to write HCl there. And it says one control variable. There's quite a few you can say here. What conditions do we need to control to ensure we have a fair test here? So you can mention things like the length of the magnesium, the volume of acid that you're adding into the beaker, or temperature of the acid, because if you have different temperatures for the acid, that could affect how fast the reaction's occurring as well. So I'm just going to write one of these. I'll write temperature of the acid. 2 marks.